Hey, what is going on, guys? DK. Back at you with another video here to tell you the 5 up-and-coming NBA players that you need to own on Top Shot. But before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on DraftKings, also making videos for PGA, daily fantasy sports, and NBA Top Shot. If you're unable to watch these YouTube videos, I also upload an Apple podcast. I'll have a link down below. It's called the DKDFS Show. If you are interested in signing for premium content, I offer that on Patreon.com. I offer an esports package that includes includes CS:GO and Call of Duty, an NBA package, and then an NFL package, which we are, NFL season is coming up very, very shortly. And finally, I just want to thank you guys again for your continued support on all these videos, live streams, the Top Shot content, the PGA content, the NBA content, the, up-and-coming NFL content. Thank you guys again. If you could, leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos, and you know when I go live. Let's try to aim for 100 likes on this video, guys. Every single time someone likes this video, it allows me to get more viewers on these videos on this video. All right, so enough of the intro. Let's get into this video. Again, we're talking about 5 up-and-coming players that you need to own on NBA Top Shot. And I'm not going to state the obvious, right? I'm not going to say you need to own Zion Williamson, or you need to own Ja Morant, or you need to own LaMelo Ball, right? Those are all guys that we know are kind of are stars. Zion and Ja, LaMelo, definitely an up-and-coming star, but those are obvious. I want to talk about players that maybe not a lot of people know about quite yet that could turn into stars in this league, and I think are you can get some good deals in NBA Top Shot. So let's start off with number 5. All right, so number 5 being Jordan Poole of the Golden State Warriors, and right now there's only one moment for Jordan Poole. It's his Top Shot debut, Series 2 moment. It's a layup here. It's loading up. But the reason I am high on Jordan Poole, and I think he has a lot of potential, is this year he took a big leap forward. Last year in his rookie year, way too inconsistent. This year, when there were injuries, when Steph Curry is out, we saw Jordan Poole, take control of this team. He was having some really big scoring nights. And the thing I like about Jordan Poole is he is not afraid to shoot the ball, right? And he really worked on this game going into this year, and we've seen the major improvements. Golden State is obviously a team that, when healthy, can contend for championships. They have Steph, Klay Thompson, hopefully, can be healthy, and then Draymond Green. I think Jordan Poole is someone that, again, has a lot of potential. We saw it in glimpses this year, I guess. Again, when there were injuries, when Golden State was shorthanded, Jordan Poole put up some pretty big games. So he is going to be number 5 on my list. Again, only $13 right now for his Top Shot debut of players you need to own, up-and-coming players that you need to own. All right, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 being Immanuel Quickley. I'm sure if you're a New York Knicks fan, you definitely know about Immanuel Quickley. But I feel like a lot of NBA fans that are don't follow it closely maybe are not too familiar with Immanuel Quickley. So this, I guess I want to say last year, but we still have 1 game or 2 games left of the NBA Finals. So I'll say this current year, 2021, was his rookie season. And Immanuel Quickley is a guy that the New York Knicks fans have fallen in love with. And it's because his potential, right? We saw it a little bit in the preseason. We saw it, in glimpses in the regular season. He went on stretches. So with Immanuel Quickley, he is a guy that also, Jordan Poole, not afraid to shoot the ball. He has one of the best floaters I have seen in the NBA. It is almost guaranteed when he gets that floater, that is going in. He's a decent outside shooter. And again, we've seen those flashes of upside. Now, he didn't get a ton of minutes in the regular season because Tom Thibodeau usually doesn't like giving minutes to the younger guys, the rookies. But the Knicks do have an opening at point guard, and I feel like if he continues, playing this well, we could see Quickley be the starting point guard for the Knicks next year. You never know. So Immanuel Quickley is a guy that I think has a lot of potential, a lot of room for growth. let's see, his Top Shot debut is a little bit more expensive, obviously, at $80, but still, I think that that could go up a lot going into next season. So Immanuel Quickley is number 4 on the list. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 being Talen Horton Tucker. The same thing I'll say about Immanuel Quickley. If you're a Lakers fan, you definitely know about THT. But I feel like not a lot of people are super familiar with him unless you're a big NBA fan. So reasons I like Talen Horton Tucker, THT. Number 1 is, again, we've seen the flashes of upside. We saw it in the preseason this year. The Lakers, they didn't want to play a ton of their veterans. So if you follow my DFS content, my preseason DFS content, you knew I was big on THT, and we saw him get his minutes in the preseason. He was super productive. This is a guy that can stuff the stat sheet, can get you a triple-double with rebounds, assists, points. He's a young guy. And another point I want to bring up is the Lakers, they see a lot of potential in this guy. They got an offer, Kyle Lowry, it included THT in that package. The Lakers turned it down. So clearly they like what they see with this young player in Talen Horton Tucker. I like what I see in this young player in Talen Horton Tucker. And even during the regular season, right? Again, Lakers were a team that were plagued with injuries. And we've seen some pretty solid games from THT in the regular season when given minutes. He's a do-it-all guy, right? A guy that can score the ball, get you the assist, a great passer, a good rebounder, a solid defender. So Talen Horton Tucker is number 3 on this list for me. His Top Shot debut, right now, only $15. Again, I think that could go way up going into next season. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 being Kevin Porter Jr. Now, he's got a few more moments on Top Shot because this is his second year. But, in his rookie year with the Cavs, we saw him, he had issues in the locker room. So he got sent actually to the G League and then got traded to the Houston Rockets. So there's a few reasons why I really like Kevin Porter Jr. Number 1, the Rockets they're a rebuilding team. So they want to give their young players all the minutes they can handle. We saw it this year even. The Rockets, they traded away everyone. John Wall was injured a lot. So Kevin Porter Jr. In the second half of the season got to show what he's able to do. And he is a very talented player. We saw, I forget which game it was, but I think he had 40 real-life points. Like, the upside is clearly there with Kevin Porter Jr. And, his Top Shot debut, this was Series 1, still, not super cheap, $125. But I think that could definitely go up because he's gonna play a ton of minutes next year. He is. Again, Houston, they're not gonna be contenders next year. They want to give their young guys minutes. Him, Christian Wood, right? John Wall, I don't think is gonna be a long-term piece on this team. So young guys, they're gonna get the big minutes next year. We're really gonna see what Kevin Porter Jr. is made of, and I think he's a guy that could turn into a star in this league. So Kevin Porter Jr., number 2 on my list. And finally, let's go on to number 1. And if you have followed my daily fantasy sports content for the last 3 years, you are very familiar with this guy. He is someone that I was on right away from the start in 2019 in Summer League, going into the preseason and the regular season. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you know who it's going to be. NAW Nickeil Alexander-Walker. His Top Shot debut, right now, only $10. So there's a few reasons why I love NAW. First reason is Lonzo Ball is a free agent, and he is most likely not going to re-sign with the Pelicans. So what does that mean? Who is the backup point guard to Lonzo Ball? Nickeil Alexander-Walker. What happens if Lonzo Ball moves on? NAW moves from his bench role, his kind of six-man role, to a starter on a young, fun team to watch, that being the New Orleans Pelicans. They have Zion, they have Ingram, a lot of young pieces. And if NAW gets the nod for the starting job next year, again, we're going to see some big games from him. Like I said, when he gets the minutes, he is super productive. We've seen it in a couple games this year. We saw it last year, right? This year, he had a big game when there was a lot of the players out for the Pelicans. He took over. I forget which game exactly. I want to say it was against the Lakers, where he had like a massive game. But again, very good player, very skilled player on the offensive end. A taller point guard, a guy that can kind of do it all. a guy that is good at dishing out assists, can rebound the ball. Again, a taller guard, and a great scorer. The one thing he needs to work on a little bit is his defense. I think that will come with time. So NAW is number 1 on my list of young, up-and-coming players that you need to own an NBA Top Shot. I think he is way too cheap at $10. Again, I believe Lonzo Ball will not re-sign next year. That means NAW most likely is going to be the starting point guard unless the Pelicans make a big move, make some trades. I've heard a few. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors going on. Damian Lillard. I don't think he'll come to the Pelicans. And if he doesn't, if they don't make any moves, NAW is going to be the starting point guard next year for the New Orleans Pelicans. And we are really going to get to see what he's made of. Again, a super, super talented player on the offensive end. But that is going to do it for the video today, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate if you leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and you know live. And let me know in the comment section, do you like these type of videos? I can definitely make more content like this for NBA Top Shot. But thanks again, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.